I think we're good. Cool. It's always a question when you when you first start up the stream. So we're resuming Lightfall. I have since recovered from all the very late nights that we were doing in order to achieve Godslayer. Goodness sakes. It's difficult. It really was. It was really fun. We got it done. I'll be helping out the rest of my clanmates probably the rest of the week, trying to get them the title as well, because not everyone got it. Me and a couple other people were kind of the only ones that were consistently finishing all of these. So a lot of other people, like, they're missing this one or this one or this one, or like a few encounters in this one. So gotta get those done for them. I also finally finished my GMs, so we're rank 11, all good for the new new season. But yeah, where were we? I was so tired last stream. A little tired today, but we're fine. We're good. I just did a ton of yard work. So on the verge, let us reset. Yo, what up? Oh, yeah, this mission. Joy. This is after the cutscene with, like, us going with the river. And that whole thing with Nimbus. Oh, wow, jump straight into it.
So, Nimbus, wanna fill us in on where we're headed?
There's this place where cloud strikes.
Oh wait, no, we already did this. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. That's right. He got there quite literally last second. Yeah, sorry for that. Oh, do we need to watch this cutscene?
Emotions.
Oh. So this is weird because Bungie put their cutscenes out, but they're not in order. So I had to figure this out on my own. It's like there's all this stuff, but that doesn't come till later in the campaign. But after we get through the mission...
What is this attraction? Sagira, could you run some scans? Oh, right.
Am I interrupting?
Rohan, I've been pondering the Veil's paracausal effects on ghosts. I know I haven't been the easiest guest in your city.
Pain is not a hindrance. Simply reminds us we're still breathing. Still fighting. They're going to attempt to leap. We have to stop them.
Ignore that. Hit pause. So we're still trying to learn about Strand. But the relay is going towards the Veil, and we must stop it. I think one of the biggest things with Lightfall is gameplay wise, it was great. The way Strand is used throughout the missions and whatnot is a really good way of introducing it.
The activation of the radial mast is imminent.
If the veil is compromised, the Eamuna will fall. Then all of Sol will follow.
Strand will be our edge against Callus. The Guardian is ready to wield it. I think.
Rohan and I are with you. This is our city.
The Shadow Legion are honorless cowards. They shall share Callus's grave.
The issue is they really focused on Strand in the story here, where they needed to not, because so many other moving pieces were happening narratively.
It's that suppression field again. We can't use all of our power.
Go closer to it. I have a hypothesis. That device is of pyramid origin, built to suppress our powers, our known powers. Callus is not prepared for Strand. Use it to overcome their suppression field.
Scanning the area of the Strand now.
But like this radial mass, we don't really learn much about.
Readings are higher than they've ever been.
The veil, we still know nothing
Training's
about.
prepared you for this. Strand flows through you as it flows through everything.
Hey, Guardian. I got my hands on some schematics for Terran toys. Thought I'd put the replicator to good use.
There we go. Woohoo! But stuff like that suppressing our supers. That's right, we can't kill that tank without Strand. Oh, wait, no, we gotta destroy this thing first.
The landing zone's clear. What were these, Terran toys you mentioned?
Something called a Drake tank. Looks like fun.
You stole those schematics from my files, didn't you?
Information wants to be free.
Why does Osiris have schematics on Drake tanks?
The Cabal have me pinned down.
This Shadow Legion position is heavily fortified. We're blocked as well.
Take out their fuel cells and clear a path to the radial mast.
I'm counting on you, Guardian. I'll need backup with Nimbus out of the fight.
Where's the last one? Right here? Woohoo! Honestly, I wish we played with these tanks more. We really don't. It makes me sad.
We're holding
These things are
disguise and
fun.
keeping Callus's reinforcements at bay for now, but it won't hold forever.
Rohan and the Guardian are on the way.
We're running out of time.
Oh my gosh. Come on, hit my shots. Might have to refresh our tank here in a second. Ba-bum-bum. Oh, wait. Never mind. There was no need to, because this is the... Yeah, it's this part.
Their suppression fields even disabled the tanks. Callus was really prepared for us. Not prepared enough. I'm running another scan for Strand.
Are you a boss? Yes, you are. Aha! Give it a second. Hold up. Ah! Oh, no. Not mid-swing. Weren't expecting this, were you? Look at all this artwork of Pukas.
Remember, the radio mast must be stopped before it forges a connection with the Veil.
You see the Veil's enclosure.
I'm pinned down here. Can't make it to you. Too many of these damn things. The Lightbearer and I can handle this. Stay alive, Nimbus.
That's ironic. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil anything. Oh shoot. Hi tank. I didn't see you there. How you doing? Oh, come on. The blast rate has got to be stronger than that. There's the Thresher. I knew there was one coming. One thing I got to do when Final Shape drops is while we play through the missions, I need to take a break after every mission. Why? It's just so my brain doesn't go to mush. It's a lot of gameplay to marathon, and I don't really want to feel like I'm missing out on anything. Just because I wasn't, you know, fully there. So I remember playing through Lightfall, and it's just... After a couple hours of sitting there straight, my brain and my ability to like try to commentate and be entertaining while streaming just goes down to the crapper. It's awful.
This way's a dead end.
No path forward. And we'll have to make our own. 'Cause 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 'c
I wish I could just headbutt my way through a wall.
If the radio mast links with the Veil, it's all over. You and Rohan are our only hope.
I will say it seems weird that in an advanced city like this you only got 2 soldiers. Given all they've had to face is the Vex, but still. It just doesn't seem like a battlefield.
The radio mast! It's activating! I'll buy you some time, Lightbearer.
Be careful, Rohan. Even you can only deter it for so long. Must be a way to destroy it.
Guardian, as long as I can hold the line, the radio mast can't create the link. Find a way to destroy it. Hurry! It's all on us, Guardian.
Okay, damage the tank? Nope. Okay. Hi, doggos. Scorpius turrets? That's not fair. I just did this on heroic like the other day. I don't know why I'm acting surprised. Nope. Okay, gotta kill the radio mast first. Or not radio mast, the suppressor thing. Which should, yep, cause us to do that. Tank me! Woohoo!
The radio mast cannot be destroyed with conventional weapons. But like before, perhaps they didn't account for Strand.
Give me some time to expose its weak point. When they give me the signal, use your strand. Now's the time! Lightbearer! Destroy it now!
We can't.
And I have no choice. Nimbus, see you on the other side.
Rohan, what are you doing?
It's like, did he have to do? Couldn't we have just shot a rocket?
Rohan. He
chose a Cloud Strider's end. Hey, Guardian, can you please pick up his core? I'll need it.
okay, Nimbus.
It was. It's like I knew Rohan was gonna die just from observation of all the stuff that they had told us beforehand. Like, they didn't tell us Rohan was gonna die, but seeing that Nimbus was our vendor and all that stuff, I was like, there's gotta be casualties. Hey Rohan, what's up? But it just, the death felt so pointless, right? Even now, I just don't see why he had to sacrifice himself. We could have shot a rocket. He could have like propped up his surfer board to hold it up and then jump back and shoot at it, right? Just, there's so many things that could have happened to prevent his death. Now, if they were gonna say like, oh, you needed paracausal energy to destroy it, that makes sense. But Rohan's like explosion, his self-sacrifice, wasn't paracausal. So I don't know. I'm sad Rohan died. He was probably one of the, better characters of this expansion. But man, oh wait, hold up.
My witness, there have been complication. Our hold over the veil has been temporarily loosened.
You fear loss, Emperor. Your fear brings you pain. We know pain. Our purpose is its end. You have no purpose. Because you fear to seek one. That fear is your failure.
My failure? My failure? I have fed this force with vicious subjugation, battered down the gates of our enemies, and seized our glittering prize. Why? Because I wanted it. You hold the universe in your grasp, and all you can think of to do with it is...
Secure the veil. We will create the link.
Infinite apologies. The veil is yours. It will be done.
Witness scary dude. Scary dude indeed. What is next? Oh, we played the Hypernet Current Strike. Because why not? I forget what the reason is behind it, but fun strike. It's an easy GM. I guess that description. Stop the Shadow Legion from bringing down Niamuna's defenses. It's alright. What happens is they find an entrance into the Hypernet and start pumping Taken into it. So we gotta go in there and just make sure the Taken don't mess everything up. Love the aesthetics. It brings back Season of the Splicer type Vex incursion stuff, which is really fun. It's such a fun like take on the Vex network, right? Because we don't get to see much of that beforehand, other than stuff like the Infinite Forest and like the Corridors of Time, but those aren't the same thing, right? So we use our Splicer tech to go in. One thing I do need to point out is that at this point we are Wielders of Darkness, Seraphs under Rasputin. We are Splicers according to the Fallen. Champions under the Cabal. And at this point, allies to the Awoken. We'll talk about that for the next, what do you call it? Next season. Captains under Fallen again. That's about it for now. But like, we have a lot of titles to us just from Destiny 2 alone. And from Destiny 1, we are God Slayers from The Taken King and Crota's End. We're Young Wolf, Iron Lords from Rise of Iron. So we have a lot of titles to our name. It's just, and a lot of like powers to our disposal, I wanted to point out. Did I get some well-earned sleep? I did. I think I'm finally back to a normal sleep schedule. Because you know how I was really tired and couldn't stream? Well, I was up again till like 4 a.m. that night doing Pantheon again. Oh, it was fun. So after the strike, because we're not going to do that. Oh, we have another cutscene. Oh, yeah, that's right. We have our Rocky montage. Don't get me wrong, this is cool. So unnecessary.
Systems are linked, with 80% of defenses now operational. I'm full of fury, she's got Narni, and you got magic green strings. Let's crush this Callus guy.
We aren't ready for Callus. We don't even understand this erratic power at a foundational level.
It's time we figure it out. Keitel, we'll need your troops. Nimbus, charge up as many of the remaining turrets as you can, while Osiris helps me to untangle this strand.
When we think about controlling something powerful, it's easy to assume it takes strength. Determination.
And here's the thing.
A force of
A cutscene could have done all the training for Strand, and we would have been fine with that.
But what I've learned is that we cannot control every facet of nature. Instead of tightening our grip, we must open our palms, accepting the ebb and the flow. Letting go in the face of grief.
I love how he's hanging off the edge. He has a flying board. Is the cutscene buggy?
Through failure. Through loss.
On my end, it looks like it's doing fine. It might be your connection to the stream.
The impossible.
Oh yeah, there's Rohan's core. Ah. Oh yeah, see? And then it's that cutscene from... I don't know why it's out of order like that. It makes no sense. Anyways. Good job, Osiris. Way to, you know... I just... Like, that cutscene coupled with, like, this mission, maybe one more mission to focus on Strand and our controlling it and understanding its power would have been fine. But the fact that this entire campaign up to this point has been nothing but Strand. Oh, it bugs for you when you see it in game? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, hey. They play the cutscene when you play the mission. That's good to know. You never know with these cutscenes.
Stand stand at a precipice, both in our conflict with Callus and in our training with Strand.
But something is still missing.
And we will find it together. Perhaps inspiration will strike where we least expect it. Follow wherever Strand leads you. Let's experiment.
Shadow Legion ahead.
No doubt preparing for a siege. We must take this time to prepare as well. The battle will be ours soon, but now is not the time. We have never struggled harder against a greater evil, and yet we know now what Nimbus taught us. All products of the mind are conjoined in the darkness. Our obstacles and our goals are all contained within. In fact, they are the same. The same as us, the same as our enemies.
There, more Strand.
Yes, and Vex nearby. A fine time to put our theories into practice.
What was that? Light, dark, light? Yay.
You're not easily fooled by appearances, Guardian. Impressive that you recognize the true goal beneath the noise. Brute force yields little progress, while careful execution paves a path towards a greater power.
Rohan would have said, headlong and empty-handed.
Perhaps our towering friend understood more about this power than even he knew. Think on it. When did you start seeing true success with Strand?
You're on the Xbox Series S? That makes
We helped
sense.
the Neo Mooney by rebooting the power station. What did that have to do with Strand?
Our perspective changed, as did our approach to fighting our battles. We took a step back, saw the broader whole, and moved in keeping
The problem with those old gen consoles is
So
they're
what?
very old,
Flow
and
with the river by planning
Destiny's
better?
just become such a large game that old hardware is having a hard time
and
figuring
using
it
the bigger
out.
picture to overcome them.
Trust me, I love my Xbox One, but is the Series S actually the new one? Now that I think about it, or is that the one that came in between, like the Xbox One and the new one? Because if it's the new one, I don't see why it should be buggy. But if it's an older console, I'd understand. Dark, light, light. Well, my threadling got in the way.
Excellent! That was excellent!
We're really onto something here, huh? What changed?
To properly observe phenomena of the light, one needs the right instruments.
And for darkness?
One needs the right perspective. I think we've found it. Seek out more Strand and see what this new perspective offers.
That grapple did not recharge. Ah, I need to... Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's a Series X and S. Which one's newer? Oh, what the? Like, what's the console that came out same gen as, like, PS5? X is the better one? Okay. Where am I supposed to go? Alright. Yeah, once Xbox started using the whole series line, I was like, I can't keep track of what's what anymore. Not gonna lie, this was a hard mission, playing on Legend difficulty.
Even after all that, it seems the Guardian's energy is still stable. Is it possible the perspective shift was all we were missing?
Do not underestimate this moment. This is the product of humbling training, many failures, and your determination. But you've not mastered this power until you can bring these lessons.
That's where that bugs out for you then.
I think I know where this is going.
I have a challenge for you. The VexNet contains many pockets used for testing new subroutines. There is one very near you. Perfect to discover what you can really do with this power.
I actually just went through this training thing because you can do it for like time trials and whatnot. And I did it for the Triumph. I'm not the most coordinated when it comes to speedrunning, so it was a little difficult getting the platinum score, but we're good. It was like a minute and a half you had to complete the whole mission. Oh. My volatile rounds ran out. Yes! Are we done? Was it light, dark, light, light, dark? What? Oh, it doesn't have to be the... I see. I killed a red health. Ah! It's very confusing though because there is the Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox Series S. Oh, that I think it was the One S and One X I was thinking of. All right, so Series is the next gen, and it has a bunch of forms to it. Okay, yeah, that's not confusing at all.
Remember,
Flow with the rivers.
well, what are you waiting for?
Dot. Oh. So yeah, you do this part of the mission on a timer, and you have like a minute and a half or some crap like that.
Good, good. Embrace where the current takes you.
In this mission itself, it doesn't have a timer, but they have you replay the mission. There we go.
I bet we could go again. What do you think, Guardian?
I hate to butt in on your enlightenment, but Shadow Legion are on the move.
Another time then. You've more than proven yourself. Callus has no idea what's in store for him.
There we go. So again, if it was just that last cutscene and headlong for Strand, and maybe like our introduction to it. I wouldn't have too much of an issue with its place in the story, but it was the entire campaign was focused around Strand. Like this one was just Osiris complaining the whole time. Here made sense because we're trying to find the relay. This one was just kind of like an interlude. It was like, eh. This was a mission about Strand, you know, flowing with the river. This one about Strand again, how we were. So three out of the 8 missions are about Strand, whereas we only have 8 missions to talk about the Veil, the relay, the introduction of Neo Muna, the Cloud Arc, or the Cloud Net, whatever they call it. It's just, we didn't have time for it. But the final mission, a very fun final mission. I really enjoyed this mission.
Guardian, all of our training, all of our losses, it's brought us to this moment. We must stop Callus from reaching the Veil and establishing a link to the Traveler.
Final stand, baby.
But here's
This old Ishtar-era orbital beam thing up and running might come in handy.
I would suggest exercising an abundance of caution around untested Ishtar technology.
I miss the old go in without a plan and hope for the best, Osiris.
That is a gross mischaracterization.
Today shall be the end of Callus's reign. The Shadow Legion will submit or be crushed beneath my heel.
Alright. I'm just failing with that hoverboard. We can go now though. Woo! Woo! So without the relay, how can we make a connection to the Veil? Like, what's the rush? Sure, Callus is at the Veil. So he has no way of connecting to it. Alright? I don't know. That makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Explosions go boom. At the end of this story, it made me question a little bit the narrative team. But also I have to remember... Oh, hold up, sorry. I have to remember that Lightfall wasn't really planned. Or like, I shouldn't say that. The story they had to be expanded into 2 more expansions. And although Lightfall was the name of the final project, I have a feeling the final shape is what the original story was. They just needed more story time to discuss, you know, the introduction of the Veil and the origins of the Witness. And kind of all the story that we're going to get from Lightfall and the seasons. I think I talked about this in like last stream or something. So it was too much for one expansion plus seasons. Especially since we needed all the seasons before Lightfall as well to like rally the troops and whatnot. So it was too much for 1 year of content. What am I doing? What's happening? Did I glitch something? I think I glitched something. Okay, hold up. I think I went too quick. I'm not even in a darkness zone. What? Oh, that's not the mission I wanted. Guess we gotta reload. So yeah, too much for one expansion plus year seasons, but too little for 2 years, which is why we're in this situation. But everything we've seen from the final shape so far, I am very excited. And now I'm kind of wondering, is there too much?
Guardian, all of our training, all of our losses, it's brought us to this moment. We must.
I don't know, they said there's only 7 story missions because the 8th one won't release until after the raid.
Final stand, baby. If I can get this old Ishtar era orbital beam thing up and running,
So we'll see.
come in handy.
We will
I would
see.
suggest exercising an abundance of caution around untested Ishtar technology.
I miss the old go in without a plan and hope for the best, Osiris.
That is a gross mischaracterization.
Today shall be the end of Callus' reign. The Shadow Legion will submit, will be crushed beneath my heel.
My gosh. Okay. Okay. I'm still not the best with a stupid hoverboard. I'm just so used to like Sparrow controls and how those work, and this is very different. Oh, I know what happened. You have to use Strand. Or at least like one person has to use Strand. That's right. Forgot about that. Maybe? Oh, well. What is happening? Alright, see you, man. Oh, what? The game is bugging out, dude. It's not letting me progress. Like that ship that's chilling over there is supposed to fly through. Come on, this is like one of the best missions. Don't bug out on me. Gosh, I hate that the grapple doesn't recharge until you hit the ground. Like, there's no dialogue, nothing's happening. These enemies were just placed here. So, like, they're fine, but their reinforcements aren't respawning. Because after you kill all the enemies, this is supposed to drop. You activate that, that shield drops, and then you blow up the cannon. The crap is happening? More enemies are supposed to spawn back here. A tormentor is supposed to spawn here. I just... Okay, I guess we're not going to play the last mission. That is a real shame. It is a dope mission. Oh, that's so stupid. Why is it broken? Well, anyways. We go to the entrance of the Veil. We fight off just hordes of enemies using orbital strikes from Nimbus. Kaido's Cabal are there. Kaido herself comes down and we fight alongside her. Callus comes and busts his way through, so we chase him down to this huge boss arena and we fight Callus. He's a giant like Centurion, so he's got like a huge like darkness blast type of gun. Tormentors spawn around him, so you gotta deal with all of that. And then after you get his health bar down, the shield appears in the central arena that you have to go into, otherwise it like, I don't know, it's like you're out of bounds or whatever. So you're in this Thunderdome, and Callus takes out these two swords and or cleavers I should say, and he becomes the, I forget what the enemy type is called, but the Cabal that run around with the two melee things. So he becomes that kind of enemy. You gotta dodge him and kill him, and after you kill him, this happens.
No more running away. Rest now.
The uglier they are, the harder they fall, right? No? Come on.
We finally found you.
Get your ghost!
What's wrong, Osiris?
Get your ghost out of there!
Finality takes shape.
It's creating the link! Destroy it!
Not gonna lie, a bullet can't kill a ghost. Meow. It's a very aggressive landing.
What? What just happened?
We just lost.
I have a problem with this cutscene.
Zavala, come in.
Yeah. So, first off, I get Nimbus is, you know, I guess young, but they're old enough to understand the position they're in, right? To have taken up the Cloud Strider augmentations and be entrusted by the city to be one of only 2 Cloud Striders. This isn't part of a personality. This is just negligence. It's childish view of the war, of everything happening. It bothers me. Like, I deal with a lot of teenagers. Like, I work with a lot of them. And this is behavior of like a very immature teenager. And someone with that kind of behavior, I wouldn't entrust with all this. Surely there was someone else who could have taken up the Cloud Strider position. So just all of this bothers me. And then the slow reaction from everyone to Ghost upsets me. I understand the hesitation to shoot. Totally do. First off, I don't think that bullet would have killed the Ghost. Because I think lore-wise, you need paracausality to kill ghosts. Anyways, that's it for me. I just, after the big boss fight that you do, and that's the cutscene you get, it was great. With Kaido walking up, seeing her father defeated, or dead, I should say. Up, like, I don't know, 10 seconds, not even that. Cutscene was good, but after that, I just, oh.
The universe makes us all victims and perpetrator. That's infinite cruelty.
My question is, how long has this been happening?
More than any. Suffer both fates. Be free.
So, my question here, how much time has passed throughout Lightfall, like canonically? How long has the witness just standing there? How long have these fools just been chilling in the helm? Why aren't you out there fighting? Anyways, I just, so many gripes. All right, we got one last little
Today,
bit to go
honor
through.
Relentless Rohan, his service, his sacrifice. More than a protector of Neomuna, he was a true cloud strider. He cut his years short so that the whole of humanity may thrive far into the future.
Today we suffer, so tomorrow can live on.
Yeah, we're granted access to the Hall of Champions, where we see all the graves of the Cloud Striders. And poor Nimbus, he's going through some stuff. We go through a whole exotic mission where we get a machine gun, which I have not touched ever since getting it. It's getting a buff and some reworks, but we have the fortunate opportunity to replay that mission. That's what we'll do. It's a lot of Nimbus accepting his grief and the loss of Rohan, Osiris using his grief of Sagira to kind of comfort them. I need to keep using the wrong pronouns for Nimbus. Sorry. I think what happened with Nimbus was they didn't tell us their pronouns, so when you're just introduced to them, I was like, oh, okay, it's just a dude, all right. And then later on they're like, oh, they're they them. I'm like, oh, okay. And
For all of us, you have both, yeah? Now that you're here, the Vex won't know what hit him.
so it's just like trying to rewrite my brain on that. It's very difficult. It's not trying to be offensive. Anytime I catch myself doing it, I'll correct it. Oops. So what remains? Part of this is we have to go into the Black Garden to hunt down a mine that Rohan was chasing. So it's like finishing one of his long-standing missions as a way of closure with him.
We're in.
Good. Any sign of the Soul Divisive?
Not a Vex in sight. You should be proud, Nimbus. Rohan's passkey worked perfectly. I guess they're still hurt over missing out on the action.
All the more reason for them to stay out of the garden. It has a way of amplifying such emotions till they blot out all reason. So, quickly and quietly now. Find a conceptual mind.
Yeah, part of it is we're telling Nimbus to stay out of this fight because we
Roger that.
don't want them losing their life or anything like that. Oh. So, what is happening?
The Soul Divisive. How did they know we were here?
Focus on getting past them now. We can dwell on the how later.
We've been detected! This is a rework of the Garden Salvation area where you have to like climb up the windmill and you go to the main boss somewhere over there. Oh, okay, that's right. It's just a shield, so I can't cheese my way through this. See, there's a giant windmill.
Made it through. Though I still don't understand how that happened. Unless we tripped an alarm on the way in.
It's possible. Perhaps Rohan's passkey had a flaw we didn't see.
But why not attack where we portaled in? Why let us get so far?
I used to check if someone else tipped off the Soul Divisive.
It's possible.
It's also disappointing. Stay on task. I'll go check on Nimbus.
Yep. We all suspect it's Nimbus. He came busting into the garden. The nerve. How cheeky of them.
Looks like someone beat us to the next security measure.
Sorry, friends. I couldn't sit this one out. I owe this to Rohan.
You owe it to Rohan to do your duty as a Cloud Strider.
Like you know what it means to be a Cloud Strider.
Oh, Nimbus. You arrogant fool.
Nimbus, how did you even get in without a passkey?
You know that conflict you found back on Neo Luna? Let's just say those lasers were meant for more than just a light show.
Oh yeah, this is that's right. Gosh, this jumping puzzle. It only sucks when you're doing the Divinity questline. Where are all the stuff I need to shoot?
Taken? What are the Taken doing here?
I don't know about your end, but they're slowing me down over here.
Be careful. If the Taken are there, you're in for an even tougher fight than we expected.
Supplicants, get out the way! Oh, we hate these things. Ow. Oh, that didn't kill you?
I suspect the Taken have been sent to do what the Soul Divisive refused to cover the witnesses' tracks. Completely.
They're here for the conceptual mind. Nimbus, wait!
No time to lose. Last one to the conceptual mind is a disappointment to Rohan's legacy.
As if they needed more cause to act rashly. Guardian, you have to catch up with them before it's too late.
Oh, really? That's not fun. We don't like ogres. Specifically Taken ogres. Oh, I have to destroy all the blights? Okay. Oh, ogre's out. Ogre's gone. That's right, because we're learning at this point that the Black Heart is similar to the Veil. That was a large chunk of Rohan's research with the Black Garden and whatnot. That's right, I remember.
Nimbus, I know you feel you have to do this for Rohan's sake, but
Rohan is dead. I can't do anything for him anymore. Except live up to what he taught me. A Cloud Strider does whatever it takes to keep Neomuna safe. We don't hesitate in the face of danger. We don't let pain stop us. We let it remind us that...
you're still breathing, still fighting. Yes, I know. You shouldn't let pain stop you. But you can't let it propel you either. Trust me. That path only leads to more pain.
Come on. Tree branch. There we go. It's a very weird reconstruction of the Guard Salvation rate backwards. Oh, this long stretch. This was always fun. It's weird that the Soul Divisive is going against the Witness's orders.
I found this. It's Cloud Strider tech, all right. Rohan probably ran right past this spot when he... Looking at this, all I can think of is how Rohan didn't need weapons or fancy mods. Sure, he liked his gear, but he didn't need all that to defend our city. To do his duty as a Cloud Strider. Just what I should be doing right now. You take it. Use it to get the blueprint. Meet me back in Neomuna when you're done, okay?
Osiris, we caught up with Nimbus. They're on their way back to Neomuna.
You convinced them. Well done, Guardian. Must be your way with words. But you'll need more than that if you're to reach the conceptual mind before the Taken. Don't forget what you're here for.
The Taken are pulling ahead. Time to really let loose, Guardian. Can't let them destroy the conceptual mind. least not until we get its memory core.
Oh, oh, oh. We still had volatile. Yes. Probably should have had reconstruction on this. Oh, I do. What? Oh, I was thinking my hammerhead. That was it. That was it. As long as I don't shoot for a while, I can keep my killing tally buff. Woohoo! Again, we're just going back through the motions. Oh shoot, do we need a... I need a brain. Maybe? Or can I just shoot these? Maybe the exotic is the only thing that can shoot through those walls? Dang it, we're stuck again. Why is this game not working? Anyways, we go through the mission, yada yada yada. And Osiris talks to
When you
Nimbus.
said you understood, I never asked why.
She saved me. As she always did. Throughout all the lives we shared, she was always my better. Just before she told me, don't lose hope in the darkness. She must have known what I'd find here.
What was her name?
Sagira.
Cool. Alright. Yeah, this is weird because it like it doesn't have the timestamp. So that was a cute little finality for Rohan and Nimbus for them to move on, but a lot of fun post-campaign stuff as we learn more about, I guess, the Veil and whatnot. Still just didn't answer our questions. And then we had the raid, which was a really cool lead up because throughout Neomuna, there were reports of nightmares and visions infecting people and controlling them to do horrible things. And if you're wearing the Nezarec Sin's helmet or holding his glaive that you got back in Season of the Seraph, I think, then you can translate the voices. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of whispering gibberish. But you can actually listen to his voice. On the Witness's Pyramid ship, they had picked up one of the remains of Nezarec being his head. Remember the pieces of Nezarec from Season of the Plunder? One of the pieces that was not in circulations, or maybe one that we didn't recover, was his head. And the Witness had that aboard his ship, and the Traveler had shot it during his big purifying beam cutscene. You know, that whole thing. So we go onto the Witness's ship to go confront Nezarec. The lore and implications of the raid, phenomenal. It was a beautiful raid. The mechanics, the raid mechanics themselves and all that, very easy raid. So easy. It was just, it hurt. It was too easy. Given I sucked and our team took far too long to complete that raid than it should have, but anyways, here's the end of raid cutscene.
While our attention was drawn to Neptune, something wicked stirred in the Witness's pyramid. A life force thought to be lost, unknowingly revived by the Traveler's terraforming power. Its defensive display forever imprinted upon the vessel. The infamous final god of pain sought to use this paracausal power for his own curiosities. But it proved to be his final mistake. The people of Neomuna may now be free of Nazarek's influence, but the Cabal and Vex remain at their doorstep. Though an unanswerable question remains on all our minds. Where has the Witness gone? We must begin our search in the pieces it has left behind. It will not succeed for as long as we remain in existence.
And that's the end of Lightfall. Again, I've already spoken my piece on all of this stuff. I just... yeah. During this time of Lightfall, this has been happening. Oh, there's no... okay, there's only the 3 cutscenes. Cool. In the background, we have Season of Defiance, a current season in the game that you can play right now for yourself. So same with the Lightfall, like that whole story you could play. But right now, these 4 seasons, go play for yourself right now. If you don't want me to just speed run through them, watch all the cutscenes, whatnot. They go away next week. You have exactly 7 days as of this live stream to go play them. And it's free. It's free. Go play them. Some fantastic weapons coming out with them. We have Defiant Battlegrounds. It's just a playlist? Okay, yeah. On Earth, the Shadow Legion, with the help of the pyramid technology, have been capturing citizens and holding them captive. And our task is to go in and free them. Using the help of Mara Sov and her Ascendant technology, or Ascendant powers, we become... what's the term she uses? Queen's Wrath or some crap like that. Anyways, we become like awoken hive witches or awoken witches or Techians or whatever. Right? We gain the power of the awoken to transcend the ascendant planes and pop in and out of existence to teleport ourselves onto past defenses and infiltrate the back lines. During this time, we're working with Amanda Holiday, who in the first mission gets captured. Yeah, she gets captured because her ship crashed from the beginning cutscene of Lightfall. So our first mission is to go and free her from a prison, and then she helps us liberate people. One of the big drama points happening right now is her and Crow started to get close during Season of the Chosen, because they were working together while we were, befriending Keitel. But she didn't know who Crow was. And it wouldn't be until after his identity was revealed at the end of Season of the Chosen that she really liked Cade. Cade was, in a way, her brother, father figure, mentor, friend, just everything, right? Her whole mortal life had Cade in it. He raised her. And to have, Crow being Aldrin saw of Cade's killer, it's a little much for her. So that leads us to this cutscene where she keeps risking her life. And, she's mortal. So there's a little tension there between her and Crow. Does she have her robotic knee still? I still can't get over the fact I never noticed that. She does.
Hey, Guardian.
Huh.
Thanks for your help back there. Just need to clear out this...
Ow. Nice shot. Right through the heart.
Thanks.
Sorry. We thought you were Shadow Legion.
Easy mistake. I'm just so beefy. You leaving again? Don't you ever slow down?
Nope, not when there's work to be done.
Amanda. When your ship... I thought I might never see you again.
No time for that kind of talk. I'm here now. Let's get moving.
I just think it's a fun cutscene. It's very cringe, but I love it. Next, we do get to learn a little bit about Amanda's backstory.
I grew up on the road.
Oh my gosh, what is that frame rate? Oh,
I grew up on the road.
it's like 10 FPS. What?
Long as I could remember.
Oh,
My family had been walking toward the last city.
like that's not just you guys.
My mama told
not
me
my
we'd be
end.
safe there. She said that was all that mattered. But at the time, all that mattered to me were the jump ships in the sky above. I thought they were the greatest thing I'd ever seen. My folks tried their best, but the road's a dangerous place. When the House of Winter attacked, my mama fought them off best she could. Even killed a captain before they shot her. Pneumonia got my daddy not long after. I'd heard tales of people resurrected, chosen for immortality. But not them. They were just gone. When I finally reached the last city, I knew my mama was right. I'd be safe there. I was finally home. I learned to fly as soon as I could reach the stick. I never had powers like the Guardians or a ghost to resurrect me. But in the cockpit, I'm every inch as tough.
It's like the most interactive
Now, every time I
ink
fly,
art cutscene that
I
they've
remember
made.
where I came from and who I'm fighting for.
Like, that was so much movement and animation.
That's all that matters.
So it got to the point where we were clearing out one last huge bunker. Tons of people were kidnapped. Misrax, Amanda, us were infiltrating this place, trying to save these people.
I'm here. In position.
I have located the prisoners. Come with me. Quickly.
It's gone into lockdown.
We're trapped.
I'm on it. Come on.
Go. Now. We are through. The hatch leads outside. We are safe.
That's all that matters.
And then that happens. I just... What? There was no indication saying that there was... No. It was a lockdown, right? Sure, we see a timer going down, but how were we supposed to know it meant bombs, right? Oh yeah, that's right. Aramis told us it was a trap.
I warned you.
Where's Amanda?
Amanda coming. Amanda. Are you there?
So yeah, Amanda dies in this season. We similar to Rohan, it just, I wouldn't say it felt unnecessary. They just made her death so sudden. Like there was no build up, no nothing. All the text was in Cabal. No one in their right mind would assume that was a countdown for an explosion, for a bomb. Was there enough context clues? Hindsight, yes. But in the moment, no. No one said. It was like, oh, it's a trap. Yada, yada, yada. The trap being us as Guardians playing through that mission, dealing with a ton of really tough enemies. And like surprises and ambushes and whatnot. We just assumed that was the trap. Right? And, you know, the whole facility goes in lockdown. Amanda's hot wiring thing, whatever. We're just on the other side of the door, by the way. Just FYI. It was so sudden. Felt so pointless. And, like, there's a whole thing afterwards. Everyone's sad. Zavala visits her grave. Crow is languishing. And it's sad, of course. And you can still find her grave in the tower today. Or like her memorial stuff, not her actual grave. But I just, like Rohan's, it's the premise, I should say, for Season of Defiance, it was really cool. It's a two-front war. We're defending at home, rescuing our people, ensuring that we're holding back this invasion. With the help from people like Amanda, even Devrim. I forgot he's part of this. But yeah, I just... Another thing of note is about halfway through this season, the English voice actor for Zavala, Lance Reddick, passed away. It hit the community hard. And this happened just like 2 or 3 weeks before this cutscene released with Amanda's death. And it makes all of Zavala's voice lines that were already recorded, of course, around her funeral and stuff hit even harder. So a lot of people's heavy emotions with Amanda's death, I feel like comes more so because of Lance's death. Had Lance not passed away during the season and he was still around, I feel like more people would be in uproar, or at least not as happy with how this season played out. But anyways, that season of Defiance, like I said, the premise of it was fantastic. It just wasn't executed that correct or as cleanly as I felt like it could have. Hey Riley, I still stream, I still do. Up next is Season of the Deep. One thing to take a note is Season of the Deep and Season of the Witch, we already knew the titles of prior. This is the first time they've done this in years. But Season of the Deep, I wonder, have I? How long until like stuff that I wasn't able to stream for you guys, but I did record and see, or privately. I wonder when that happened. Was that during Season of Deep or Witch? I think it was Witch. Anyways. So at this time, we're trying to figure out how to get through the portal.
Moved beyond our reach.
We send test runs through the portal. Like this poor Guardian. He has a name, like background lore about this guy, but for reference, that's him.
All attempts to
completely melded into a ship. Not, creepy at all.
have failed.
Yeah, that's just an awful way to die.
Hope. On Neptune, we learned that a key to defeating the Witness lies hidden away on Titan. Now we know why the Witness's fleet came there when it first arrived. Deputy Commander Sloan held the line on Titan to the bitter end, right up until the Witness took it. Then, we lost all contact. But now, just when we need it most, Titan has returned. And when it did, we were greeted with something we could have never predicted.
To any Guardians listening, this is Deputy Commander Sloan requesting emergency support.
Sloan?
Here, Commander.
You're alive.
Staying alive was the mission. And I always complete the mission.
She is half taken.
No wonder you called us sister. Let's get you back home.
You don't understand. That distress call wasn't for me. It was for her.
Oh, yeah, that... Huh. Those timestamps are not correct. So, who is this? This is Asa. She is essentially a proto-hive worm god. So before the Witness corrupted the hive worms and made them as they are now, they used to be similar to what Asa is. Asa saw what was happening and was able to escape through using, I don't know, teleporting through time and space or whatever. Found a home on Titan. She is ancient. She's old. She knows of the Witness. And she can only speak to us through Sloan. So we spend most of the season collecting egregore through deep dives into the methane ocean to strengthen their connection. Slowly and surely, Asa's able to fully speak through Commander Sloan. And this is what she has to tell us.
Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you, struggling for survival, bolstered by hope, until their hopes became reality. They called it the Gardener, their deity of life. It ushered them into a golden age. For eons, they prospered. But their newfound god never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the Gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called it the Veil, and when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the Veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it into a final shape. Eternal and perfected. They brought the Veil back to the Gardener in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself. The Gardener would not allow it, and so it fled their world. But they would not be deterred. Having witnessed the truth in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves into the salvation they craved. Thus began the Witness's pursuit. Its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
So there's your introduction to the Witness. It is a combination of an entire civilization who prospered under the Traveler longer than probably any other civilization had. Except maybe us as humans. Like, the Traveler has been with us for a long time. It was probably with the Witness's civilization longer. But at least there it was like actively awake and helping them out. So yeah, it doesn't answer all the questions, but it does answer a bit more about what the Veil is. It's a traveler, except for darkness, essentially. Again, this is coming in season 21. It's technically 2 seasons after Lightfall. So everyone's like, this is great. This should have been in Lightfall, not in Season of the Deep. Anyways, we now know what the Witness is and how dangerous it is and whatnot. So during this time, Sloane is dealing with the fact that she's been fighting for so long, and it's kind of a form of PTSD in a way of her having to return home after the war. And Xivu Arath feeds off of war. And since Sloane is already half taken, yeah, this all happens.
Xivu Arath's forces are in full retreat.
Good. Time to complete the mission.
Notice how Asa's eye isn't changing? It means Asa is not in control.
Our dance will never end. I am war. You carry my banner. Cling to me like hope. What are you without me? Sink into my embrace. Drown in the deep. Fight forever.
Stand down, Deputy. Sometimes the battle is stepping away from the battle. We're with you all the way.
The true path lies obscured, but she knows the way. She who hides truth in deception. The Witch Queen must rise.
So that's our lead up to the next season. Savathun knows how to have us follow the witness through the portal. And that is it. That's all Asa has to say. Riley, you're so confused. Witness is the big baddie. That was his origin story. It's a little complicated. Think of it as a civilization. They're just growing more prosperous, and they need purpose in life. But the big ball in the sky that gave them all their success and riches isn't communicating with them, isn't telling them their purpose or what a purpose could be. So they go seeking for it and come up with their own. And it's the annihilation of everything. It's about as simplified as I could probably make it, to be honest. It's pretty complicated if you haven't followed too much of the story. There is a great cutscene that Bungie put in the game itself that has kind of the history of Destiny. It's called Destiny Calls. Sure, you can look it up on YouTube too. But anyways, that's Season of the Deep. Fun season. Deep Dives was introduced. A very fun kind of roguelite dungeon crawler game mode that everyone loved. It wasn't perfect. It's got its issues, but it was a great step forward. So Bungie will probably use more of that kind of stuff in the future. We were also introduced to fishing. Fantastic. love that little side thing. Fishing's amazing. Season of the... Oh, there's no timestamps on this. Interesting. Season, which is a very fun, very well done season. Definitely one of the best ones of this year. let's go ahead and start it.
Listen up, glitter bums.
Yeah, there we go.
This is First Ghost and Maru talking. You're still trying to get through the witness's portal, huh? That ain't a door you can just kick open. You even asked some leftover worm for answers. Too bad she led you right to us. Now you need help from the one witch nobody can trust. My boss, Savathun. Even though she's temporarily dead, she left instructions for this very situation. As usual, you maggots are 3 steps behind. Savathun will help you on one condition. First, deal with her sister, Zivor Wrath. She's the hive god of war and the witness's best general. It's a win-win, see? Don't look so sour. You've already got everything you need. I suggest you start with a witch of your own.
Look at all that red paint. Exactly. Such great introduction. That's Season of the Witch. We gotta deal with Zivor Wrath before Savathun can help us. And what's the plan? Well, Eris is gonna tell us here.
Zivor Wrath draws strength from our conflict.
I should also point out here, last season, Season of the Deep, was the last season that Bungie had voice lines from Lance for Zavala. So you will not hear from Zavala in Season of the Witch or Season of the Wish, which is the next season. And anything after that, it's going to be under Keith, I forget his last name, but the new voice actor. But just
she believes her logic
important fact to remember.
Absolute. I will grasp it and contravene its power. There is no other way. Will you come back from this? Does it matter if I do? What I am has served me, and has served humanity. Aka, Zita, Sel. This is what Savathun wants. We serve our interests, not Savathun's.
She's outmaneuvered you again. You need me.
We need your silence.
We could have killed Savathun's ghost right there.
Bear witness to my sublimation. I separate the true from the dead. I am the many-mouthed hunger. I am the knife-edged truth. I devour the free. I conspire with my vengeance. I will take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapon in my fist. Hayat! Hayat! Hayat!
She is converting herself into a hive god.
Bring me your tithes.
She has now become the hive god of vengeance. I think that was it. So that way, any of our killing now does not get tithed to Zivor Wrath. It gets tithed to Eris, which is cool. So this whole season is about us just slaying enemies. The stronger they are, the better it is for us. I forget what this cutscene's about. Oh, I think this is talking about Zivor Wrath and her,
the sword logic.
And yeah, her devotion to the sword logic.
Ore. Oryx, the Taken King, brother to Savathun and Xivu Arath, sought whispers from the worms of fundament and dredged this truth from the deep. All things must prove their right to exist. The rest will die in terror. There is neither escape nor exemption. Simple, essential, beautiful to know. Oryx led his sisters down the bladed path. We have tested ourselves against horrors. We emerge changed. Through this, we become stronger. We become free. We will avail ourselves of our enemy's tools. Xivu Arath believes every death proves the sword logic. That she unveils the false shape of the Traveler's lie by her blade. But she needs her truth. She is desperate for its vindication. She wishes for a world without grief, or pity, or doubt. Not baleful, not beautiful. A childish cry. The Hive call us liars, the unfree, deniers of the all-edged truth. But I take the power the sword logic offers not out of desperation, but desire. For Crota. Oryx. Savathun. I wield their killers as a knife. The Hive know this truth as well as any logic. I am here, and they are not. Ayat.
So during this time, one of the big implications in the Dark Future lore book back in Beyond Light, Elsie Bray's timeline, the end of humanity, as she saw it, had Eris Morn as the big bad guy. She was corrupted by the darkness, succumbed to the voice of the witness, and, wielded dark magic against everyone. She killed Savathun, she killed Xivu Arath, and she brought the end to the Traveler. So when Elsie Bray finds out that we're allowing this, she gets pissed. Obvious reasons. This is dangerously close to dark. Well, this is purely dark magic. Eris is now fully a Hive god and is so susceptible to the influence of their sword logic, to the darkness, and the voice of the witness. But during this time, we're killing a ton of really strong enemies. We killed the Xivu Arath's main champion. I forget what it is, but this knight has killed civilizations, and we were able to defeat it. But in the end, one last gambit has to be made. She requests Savathun's body.
But once she's here, we'll lose containment. We can't go back on this one.
One last atrocity.
This wasn't the agreement. Xivu is still a threat.
Do it. You will not have another chance.
And Maru's bringing Savathun back to life.
Eris Morn. Finally out of her shell. It looks good on you, honey.
I am your ruin.
Savathun has not been killed by a hive since she lost her worm. Stored eons of potent lies and deceit.
All Savathun's power, plus the tithes of the Guardians.
Eris Morn is the strongest hive there has ever been.
Hear me, dead things. I let this moment pass unnamed, without song. This is the rejection of your sad legacy. Zivu Araf, agitator, fomenter, what a world cyst you have built from your conquests. No more. Now and forever, you are banished. Hayat.
So if you're curious as to what just happened there, Eris Morn, using the full power of the hive, has just banished Zivu Arath from her ascendant realm, essentially stripping Zivu Arath of all of her godly power. She is now vulnerable. She cannot retreat. If she is to die, she is dead forever. Because Eris Morn did this, it rejects the logic of the sword lord. Yeah, the sword logic. She had the power to do it, but the sword logic failed, or it can't continue on. So Eris would lose all that power she just got. It's like a one and done type of thing. It's huge. Zivu Arath is now out of the picture. She is just as strong as any other knight. If she is to die, she dies. There's a lore tab that continues this cutscene, which is weird that they didn't finish the cutscene. But anyways, we need to figure out how to go into the witness. And Savathun tells us
working on in here?
that she's already given us the answer, and then dips.
A pattern. It's Savathun's wings. She did give us what she promised. The last wish.
Ever since the beginning of Forsaken, with the Wishing Wall and the Dreaming City's Last Wish raid, there have been wishes you could put in for different effects, teleport to different checkpoints, etc. And we only have 14 wishes. But everywhere points that there's 15, and we just have never found it. This is the 15th wish. The 15th wish is what will give us the key to follow the witness into the portal. It's huge. One of the best, coolest revelations.
The dreaming.
So now,
City. An awoken stronghold beyond the reach of
we get to
any
deal with this.
outsider. Such was my wish. Granted by Riven, the last Ahamkara, who bargained only with me, until my city was invaded. First by the Taken King, and then the Witch Queen. Riven struck new bargains with them, and with her dying breath, she granted a wish that laid a curse upon the Dreaming City. But Savathun is shrewd and clever. In secret, she inscribed her true wish on the wall that governs the terms of Riven's pact with me. A wish to pursue the witness. Only Riven can open the way.
Hey Elaine, what's up?
Whose heart was torn out by guardians. My Techians assembled to conjure her spirit now. We shall make Savathun's final wish, and hear Riven's final price.
So, we can bring Riven's spirit back, but only conjured as long as these Techians can hold the illusion.
Leave us.
No worries, Elaine.
Queen Mara, what a joyous reunion.
And this is Riven's
For what
true
reason do you
voice.
refuse to grant the wish?
Why would I, O Majesty mine? Lest you forget, I am dead, as are the rest of my kind. The Vanguard made sure of it. I need no reason to refuse your wish, only a reason to grant it. What could you possibly offer to entice my cooperation? It wasn't enough for your champions to slay me, but then you saw to the destruction.
Oh, I should also mention,
my heirs.
Savathun has a fresh egg of Savathun, or of Riven.
All of them.
Like the one in Savathun's spire.
See?
One of many, hidden within my lair, away from your vengeful eyes. But if you were to secure them on my behalf, then you would also secure your heart's desire.
And ensure that the Ahamkara live to terrorize us once again. Very well, Riven. We have struck a bargain.
We get to look for more Ahamkara eggs. In the Dreaming City, there were corrupted eggs that we had to destroy. Because those eggs were taken. We didn't know what was going to happen to them. But within Savathun's Spire in Season of the Wish, one of the last things we discovered was that Savathun was holding in her possession a fresh Riven egg. One that was not corrupted. That's huge. It was a big revelation. Now Riven's telling us there's more of them. And she will not grant our wish unless every last one of her eggs is returned safely.
I was not always
Here we learn a little bit
prisoner
about
in the
Riven's
Dreaming
background
City.
and her mate.
The Ahamkara were once free to roam its halls. That's where I met Taranis. And Taranis, unlike others, unlike me, cherished those who wished to him. Those who bargained with him were safe. It must have cost him. I found his restraint intriguing. And my art, my dreaming halls, my dance with the queen moved Taranis in turn. Together, we became the ebb and flow of the tide. Through him, I glimpsed a world without the tireless cycle of bargaining and feeding. Of peace. Taranis invited me to his lair, a place where we couldn't be found, in the ontology of the Black Garden. My joy of turning desire to woe faded for one rapturous moment. We made successes together. We built secrets together. And then came your great hunt of the Ahamkara. The Queen took my freedom under guise of protection. Taranis and I were forever separated. But we could still whisper to one another in the space between. At least until a king arrived and made a bargain I could not refuse. I became both king and dragon. I spoke with his voice, and Taranis knew it. So he did the one thing our kind must never do. Grant his own wish. At the cost of his existence. A wish to keep the eggs out of harm's reach until someone could protect them. Someone like you. His wish keeper.
And that's the exotic bow we got this season. So, very touching story. It actually made me tear up a bit when I first watched it. We eventually do find all of the eggs, and Riven grants us our wish. It is Memorial Day. That's one reason why I'm streaming. More of you can see it.
This one you should cherish, O guardian mine.
We decide that instead of sending us through the portal, we're going to send Crow because of the connection between him and Mara, and with the knowledge of the Veil. We should be able to connect a bridge for other people to join Crow through the portal.
We'll find each other again.
Always.
I kept my promise, as you did yours. Isn't that a pleasant surprise?
For that, at least, you have my thanks.
And you have mine for always providing such a unique challenge. To impose your desires upon reality so artfully. You could teach my children a great deal. Until we meet again, Mara.
And with that, Riven's essence is gone.
Is he? He is on his way.
By the way, that heartbeat is their shared heartbeat, as we learned in Season of the Lost. So at the end of the season, just last week, we encountered the final... Oh my gosh, what the... We discover that there's been some interference between, or that's causing us to kind of struggle with connecting to, connecting this bridge for us to go through the portal. And we learned that the soul device of Vex have recreated the Black Heart, which we learned in Lightfall is a failed replica of the Veil. This is causing interference with Osiris' attempts to connect the Veil to the Traveler again so that we can go through. And we're tasked with going in and destroying the Black Heart. Fantastic nostalgia trip. We played it last week. It was amazing. I loved it. At the end, we get this cutscene. Now that the connection can be restored, Crow is able to make it into the Pale Heart. This is either right after the mission ends, or this is right when he jumps through the portal. I assume it's the first option. such a well animated cutscene. It's just so clean. Like, if every cutscene's gonna look like this, man, I'm excited for Final Shape.
You died. So did you.
There was a lore book earlier that discusses a conversation Crow had with...
Yeah, I don't have to call you Prince anymore, do I?
With who he thought was Mara, but was actually Riven. And this lore card was presented again with the ship that came after this cutscene. And essentially, Crow wishes that he never killed Cade. It was his biggest regret out of the 2 lives that he has had. He felt like everything else has corrected itself. He's been able to right those wrongs. And that in the end, he's okay. But any bad choices that have happened, that have not been able to be corrected and righted, is the death of Cade. So we strongly believe that he is here solely due to Riven's wish magic on an unsuspecting Crow. But that is the end of Season of the Wish. We now await for the bridge to be formed and for us to send in the cavalry. I'm going to end the stream there for today. Tomorrow, we'll come back with some Into the Light stuff, some Final Shape things. There's one last mission I want to play. And we'll all be caught up. I was thinking about trying to finish it today, but it's okay. I think this is a good place to pause. Yeah, thanks for everyone who joined in. Hope you have a good Memorial Day, and I'll see you tomorrow.